Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Coming up on the program, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu launches Certified Accreditors Program. State government holds Symposium on Climate Change. And Governor Sanwo-Olu celebrates 2025 International Women's Day. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has launched Certified Accreditors Program, a transformative model aimed at strengthening building regulations and ensuring safer construction practices in the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu says the Certified Accreditors Program will be the third eye for the government to properly monitor the built environment and rid the sector of substandard development.
The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu arrives at Oregun area of Lagos to join his deputy Kadri Hamzat and stakeholders in the built sector for the launch of the Certified Accreditors Program, an initiative designed to foster a safer, sustainable urban planning in Lagos. CAP is a stakeholder-driven initiative arising from the recommendations by the panel set up in 2021 to advise the government on tackling building collapses and strengthening regulatory enforcement for the built environment.
The success of this commitment has brought us here today to witness the launch of a great initiative by Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, tagged Certified Accreditor Program, CAP. The policy thrust of this initiative is to make Lagos State a more livable, sustainable, and resilient city through total compliance with the standard building regulation in line with what is globally approved as the best practice. I must therefore commend Mr. Governor for a lot of policy reform that his administration has introduced in the build industry, which have helped our dear state to become a model for measure excellence in the build sector. This new initiative, no doubt, will further strengthen the Lagos State Building Control Agency in achieving a primary goal and ensuring that basic minimum standard in maintaining building construction in the state through district compliance with the State Building Code and regulation.
The Special Advisor on Enterprise Geographic Information System and Urban Development says CAP will also enhance ease of doing business in the state.
What is CAP? Certified Accreditor Program. Lagos will continue to lead and others will follow. This is another first in Nigeria. Please, let's give Mr. Governor a round of applause. It has never happened before. I worked in Abuja and this is not in Abuja, but today this is in Lagos. Mr. Governor, this is very great. CAP is a direct, deliberate, and intentional response to the incident of building collapse in Lagos State. Lagos State government, through the Office of Urban Development, which has LASG as one of our agencies, has demonstrated capabilities, but not capacity. We have the capabilities, but we don't have capacity to cover the entire state because of the strength of our staff. The Certified Accreditor Program, CAP, is the initiative of the Lagos State government, a public-private partnership designed to involve qualified professionals in the enforcement of building control regulations within Lagos State. The program aims to ensure that construction activities comply with safety, structural integrity, and regulatory standards to prevent building failures and collapses. Key responsibility of the certified accreditors. Once accredited, they will carry out screening of drawings, conduct state inspection to ensure building compliance with approved development plans, monitor construction activities to prevent unauthorized or substandard development, and ensure strict adherence to building codes and regulations in Lagos State.
To further curb building collapse, the state government announced plans to introduce the Comprehensive Structural Investigation Program, a mandatory structural integrity assessment to be conducted every 5 years on all buildings in Lagos.
We are looking after this, the Certified Accreditor Program. There's what we call the Certified Structural Integrity Program. This CAP talks to the new projects. But if you look at history, not only new projects collapse or have problems, old projects too have problems. Another program is going to come on board that we're going to try to midwife in the next 2 months, bearing in mind that I'll be leaving very shortly. We want to start monitoring all existing programs like it is done in very sane climes. Every 5 years, you will have to subject your buildings to a non-destructive test that will tell us exactly how secured your buildings are. Those two dramatists that said their houses are like this, when this program is on board, any building that is found not structurally sound will be advised to, if it can be salvaged, to be rehabilitated or re-engineered. If not, we'll advise them to. We need to bring a stop to building collapses.
The back end and the strong thing to make CAP work is material testing. And quite a lot of developers and people out there, they know we are very friendly. Our testing protocols have duly changed. You can verify your results on the spot when you get it from us. We now have barcodes. We have a lot of security features on our reports now. So if you test materials, and you need to test it consistently. And at the end of the day, what my permanent secretary, the PS, said, that every five years, building needs to be tested again through the non-destructive test. It is the way going forward. Since I came in, we've narrowed it down to 10 years. But we're doing a lot of back-end work. And just like he said, very, very soon, we'll be coming up to everybody. If your building is not tested and is not certified, you can be sure LASG with us will seal you down.
Governor Sanwo-Olu urged property developers, architects, engineers, and other stakeholders to collaborate in upholding construction integrity.
Today, we're officially launching the Certified Accreditors program. I want to take this opportunity to reflect on the importance of this initiative, not just for our built environment, but for the socio-economic well-being of our dear state. You recall several tragic events, one of them in November 2021, and several others all around that time, where we face heartbroken collapse of buildings. The incidents were a stark reminder of the challenges we face and ensuring safety within our rapidly growing urban landscape. It's important. The implication of the Certified Accreditors program is for us to reach far beyond more compliance with building regulations by incorporating the private sector, all of your skills and the expertise that you have into our regulatory framework. We are taking significant strides towards realizing a range of social economic benefits that will enhance the quality of life to all Lagosians. First and foremost, the primary objective of this program is to ensure that the safety of our buildings are not compromised. We're hoping that it will effectively reduce the risk of building collapse. We not only protect life and property, but also foster a sense of security that is vital for any thriving community.
111 certified accreditors have been inducted by the Lagos State Government with the responsibility to review structural drawings, conduct inspections at various stages of construction, and ensure compliance with building codes in Lagos State.
Let's turn our attention to the environment sector. This time, the Lagos State Government has indicated interest to host the COP32 United Nations Climate Summit in Lagos in 2027. The State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tokumbo Wahab, made this known at the Art and Exhibition Symposium attended by the UN's climate arm, Simon Steele. He says hosting COP will boost climate leadership, global visibility, and economic opportunities for Lagos State.
The Nigerian Conservation Foundation is a venue for the Art and Exhibition Symposium titled The Intersecting Worlds of Climate Change, Mangrove and Art, an event jointly organized by the Climate Change Council of Nigeria Secretariat and the Lagos State Ministry of Environment and Water Resources to deliberate on Nigeria's role in global climate action and its bid to host COP32 in 2027.
Office of Drainage Services and Water Resources.
The conversation is top priority for Nigeria and Lagos State in particular to show leadership in climate action.
Lagos is a coastal state. Lagos is facing its own existential challenges. So we have no choice but to key into the mangrove to protect us. For those that know Lagos very well, Lagos is the smallest of the states in this country. But Lagos is densely populated. Lagos is accommodating a tenth of the country's population. That alone comes with its own environmental challenges. So as a state that is abutted by the Atlantic, the lagoons, the creek, and a third of that small space is water, you have no choice but to take your destiny in your hands. And we've taken our destiny in our hands. We shall cooperate. We shall collaborate. We shall find common ground with everybody, every agency that seeks to help us mitigate the impact, the negative impact of climate challenges, because they are real. Some persons can tell you they want to play the ostrich. That is a major hoax. And if that comes from the West, so be it. But we feel it every year. When it starts raining, some persons cannot go home before now. You know why? Common sense. Global warming, climate change. Our vision is clear. Our mission is very clear to us. And we've chosen to do the right thing no matter whose ox is God. We are willing to host COP27 or 2032. We are ready. We may have to ramp up infrastructure in some areas, but if Azerbaijan can do it, Lagos can do it.
We decided to have this symposium in Lagos State is to showcase Lagos State's potential to drive that conversation of protecting, conserving, and restoring the mangrove. Because Lagos has done a lot. We're in the midst of what Lagos is doing in the Conservation Center. Thank you. Please clap for it. Thank you very much. And not only that, here and now I want to state that Africa is set to host COP in 2027. And I had shared that idea and said that I believe that Lagos State has what it takes to host COP 32. And that is why one of the reasons, again, we are here.
The Executive Secretary of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, Simon Steele, who was in town for the symposium, says Nigeria has a chance to contribute to the implementation of new national climate plans and also benefit from the plans.
Climate action is not just about averting the disastrous impacts of global heating, which the best scientists and analysis now shows can wipe up to 5% of GDP and decimate nature. It can be the gateway to a new Nigerian era of growth and prosperity, fueled by clean and affordable energy available to all. Why? Firstly, you are blessed with the resources that are vital for clean energy. It's abundantly clear now that the countries who will seize the biggest benefits of the $2 trillion global boom in clean energy are those that invest in their people and their strengths. A new, strong national climate plan or nationally determined contribution under the Paris Agreement can supercharge the Nigerian economy with green growth and sustainable development. Clean energy can power up your population, providing clean access for countless millions. Investing in green buildings, clean infrastructure, and domestic manufacturing can drive economic growth.
The special advisor to the President on National Economic Council and Climate Change seeks solution to global climate change challenges.
We can no longer afford to work in silo. That is why this symposium's theme, Intersecting Worlds of Climate Change, Mangrove and Art, is so timely. It calls on us to think outside the box and work together in new ways. I stand before you not just as a public servant and official, but as a fellow citizen who worries about the world we live for future generations. I am convinced that fusing our knowledge, our creativity, and determination, we can turn that worry into hope, and that hope into action. Ladies and gentlemen, the climate crisis knows no borders. A flood in Lagos, a hurricane in the Caribbean, a drought in the Horn of Africa, or in northern Nigeria, all are connected by the reality of a warming planet. No country, no matter how powerful, is immune. This challenge demands a global solution.
Lagos State government says it is committed to combating climate change and also protects the ecosystem.
As one of Africa's fastest growing megacities, Lagos faces the dual challenge of urban expansion and environmental conservation. Our administration has implemented policies that balance development with sustainability. Initiatives such as the Lagos Climate Action Plan and the Lagos Resilience Strategy outline clear goals for adaptation and mitigation while prioritizing green infrastructure and renewable energy. Our historic partnership with the Nigeria Conservative Foundation has further amplified these efforts. Together, we have initiated projects focused on mangrove restoration and wetland rehabilitation across coastal regions. Through initiatives under our Themes Plus developmental agenda, including eco-friendly transportation systems, improved waste management practices, and urban green belts, we are creating a blueprint for sustainable urban growth.
As the Lagos State government encourages everyone to continue to foster collaboration to create a greener, more resilient state, African nations will jointly decide which country to put forward to host COP32, and the decision will likely be made at COP30 in Brazil, November this year.
Before we call it a day on today's program, in case you're not aware, the month of March is all about women, and Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has once again assured women of implementing deliberate policies and initiatives that will bridge the gender gap and empower women across all sectors. The governor made the comment at the state's 2025 International Women's Day celebration.
March 8 is a date set aside for the International Women's Day celebration, which creates an opportunity for the female gender to call for equal rights between men and women. Here in Lagos, women across the 5 divisions of the state converge on Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikon, Lagos, for the 2025 International Women's Day event with the theme, For All Women and Girls, Rights, Equality and Empowerment. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu arrives at the venue to celebrate the women and also danced with the live band. The campaign for this year focuses on the need to accelerate action with the importance of taking swift and decisive steps to achieve gender equality.
We must act with urgency, determination, and commitment to advancing the rights and opportunities of women in our society. Women are the backbone of families, communities, and economies across the world. Women continue to break barriers, challenge stereotypes, and contribute immensely to national development. Yet, despite these achievements, we still face persistent challenges: gender inequality, economic disparity, gender-based violence, and limited access to quality education, healthcare, and leadership opportunities. Today, I call on all stakeholders, governments, civil society organizations, the private sector, and individuals to work collaboratively in accelerating the actions needed to close the gender gap. We must move beyond promises to practical solutions that will empower women and uplift the vulnerable.
Women must be empowered with tools, resources, and opportunities to become financially independent. We were able to establish a collection hub on February 14 to commemorate Valentine's Day. It was an expression of love. It was an expression of inclusivity. It was an expression of economic opportunity, not only for women, but also for everybody within the public sector in Alausa. The reason why we are mentioning this is today is because we want to start to drive the essence of the culture within the public sector. You know that we all have that culture of savings. There's Ajo, there's cooperative, there's a Susu. What makes the collection hub different within the circular economy context is that you are using your waste to achieve this economic opportunity.
Women taking multiple roles are advised to balance their social and mental health in order to prevent depression.
If we want to accelerate action regarding the empowerment, gender equality, fundamental rights of girls and women, addressing poverty, we must be balanced mentally. However, to be balanced mentally, all of us here must also be physically fit. That means we must carry out physical exercises 3 times a week for 1 hour to increase our heartbeats to 100 beats per minute. So we must also enhance our social health, ability to make friendships anywhere you are. Then lastly, ability to enhance your mental health. Science has said that 1 in 5 women will develop mental illnesses such as anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and bipolar disorders. And what are the causes of this problem? Because women have multiple social roles. They are mothers, they are wives, they are leaders in the offices, they are spiritual leaders, and they have to fulfill so many social roles. So if we don't want to have mental problems, dress your best every day. When you think you are feeling sad, that is where you need to dress your best to work. Because the comments will lift your mood. You are beautiful today. You are charming. You are pretty. Wow. And those kind of comments will make you to be happy.
Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, says the state government is committed to protecting the rights of women and girls.
This year's theme, Accelerate Action, is a powerful call to move beyond discussions and take concrete steps towards gender equality, economic empowerment, and social inclusion for women. Women have always been at the forefront of change, yet despite our resilience, progress towards gender parity has been slow. Today, we reaffirm our commitment not only to advocating for women's rights, but also to ensure meaningful and impactful action. In Lagos State, we have remained steadfast in implementing policies and initiatives that uplift and empower women. The Lagos State Child Protection Policy has also been reinforced to safeguard the rights of young girls and boys, ensuring that they grow in safe and supportive environments. As part of our commitment to eliminating gender-based violence, the Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency has intensified efforts to promote, support, and rehabilitate survivors through legal aids, shelter services, and advocacy campaigns.
Governor Sanwo-Olu assures women that no one will be left behind in its empowerment and inclusion policy.
This year marks a pivotal moment as we celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Beijing Declaration on the Platform of Action, which was adopted all the way in 1995. You know, we all talk about the Beijing Conference in 1995. It is 30 years now of that conference in 2025, and it continues to wax stronger and stronger. And the theme, Accelerate Action, underscores the urgency of addressing the persistent inequalities and the barriers that hinder women from realizing their full potential. For us in Lagos State, we're not just echoing this theme, we're embodying it through deliberate actions and policies to ensure that we empower our women across all sectors, from expanding economic opportunity to ensuring that they have access to quality healthcare and education. Our administration continues to remain an E-for-she governor, an E-for-she government, an E-for-she public sector. We reaffirm our dedication to this and to foster inclusive environment where women are not only seen, but they are heard, and they are ensured that at all times they are equally empowered. Our policies are dedicated to protecting women from all forms of gender-based violence while creating opportunity for them to assume leadership role in governance. And of course, take position, decision-making position as well. Additionally, we'll facilitate access to credit for them to enable that all our female entrepreneurs, they can grow in a sustainable manner and their businesses can flourish.
The IWD celebration was rounded off with a march past by women group across all local government and local council development areas of Lagos State.
That's the program for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Obey all state laws and please stay safe.